A secret message, decoded. The only puzzle from The Secret, a treasure hunt with a hidden message has been decoded. This clue tells us where to dig in Lafayette Square, New Orleans. First of all, who is this guy? I call him the flying newsboy. If you have seen my other videos, I absolutely believe the treasure box for the New Orleans puzzle is buried in Lafayette Square. The newsboy gives us so many clues. The McDonough statue. On the west side of Lafayette Square along St. Charles Avenue is this John McDonough statue. There is no doubt the newsboy in the image is a clue representing this young boy, with his arched back and outstretched arm, as a major clue to lead the searcher to Lafayette Square. Sadly, the top of this statue was vandalized in 2020. This entire statue has since been removed and replaced with a round planter. Newspaper Row. From the 1840s to the 1920s, Camp Street and the surrounding area was known as Newspaper Row. In a quote from the Preservation and Print newspaper, the Newspaper Row back alley bustled with so many orphaned newsboys awaiting the latest edition that the Sisters of Mercy opened an orphanage for them. The author Byron Price was not only paying homage to them but using this as a way to put the searcher in this area. Left arm clue. Compare the arm bend and hand with the newsboy's arm and that of the arm on the Henry Clay statue located in the middle of the square. Notice the similar bend and hand shape and outline with thumb and index finger extended. Backside clue. Look at the comparison with the boy's back end with the area surrounding the McDonough statue. There are similar straight lines with the bottom of the boy in comparison with the curb and sidewalk of St. Charles Avenue. The arched back end compares to the arch in the circular sidewalk surrounding the McDonough statue. All clues for the searcher to affirm that Lafayette Square is the correct location. Right arm clue. A couple blocks away is the Piazza d'Italia. I believe Price visited this location on his way to Lafayette Square. There is an exit from here, directly onto Lafayette Street. Set in a water feature at the piazza is the Italian peninsula. Searchers all along have questioned why his right arm is shaped in this manner. If you take an overhead photo of the Italian peninsula in the piazza and invert it, it becomes the shape of the newsboy's arm. In my other videos I explain what the arm represents on the ground and its relation to a water structure. Decoding the hidden message. There is a pattern in the newsboy's sock. Early on in the search, a very observant individual deciphered the pattern appeared to spell the word dig. More importantly, the boy is pointing to the word while looking to the left. Why? Is there more here than meets the eye? Here is a close-up of the area in question. He seems to be pointing to an hourglass or X shape, just left of center. I believe this hourglass or X formation in the sock is representative of the hourglass pathways in Lafayette Square. If you are familiar with my other videos and solve theory, you already know I believe the namesakes meeting near this site is interpreted to mean imaginary lines must be used from points in and around the park, which then converge in Lafayette Square using triangulation. My dig spot is pictured below. Now look at where the newsboy finger lands in relation to where I determined where the dig site should be using evidence and clues found at the scene. If you triangulate across this point to the center of the park where the clay statue is, you can see what the newsboy may be trying to tell the searcher. That the pattern in his sock represents the hourglass shape of the sidewalks. If you are standing on the proper spot, this is where you should dig. And in my opinion, the newsboy is also a representation of Price himself while at Lafayette Square trying to eyeball his dig site from his reference points of 15 rows down to the ground with Lafayette Street. This may be the reason why the dig spot is near this site instead of at this site. I found myself doing the same thing while looking to my left towards the rear of Lafayette Hotel. Check out my complete solve video on YouTube to see exactly where to stand and for all of the photographic evidence I found during my search.